Welcome to Empyrion Galactic Survival. In this part, what I want to do is carry on and try and complete my SV rebuilder, which I started in the previous part. But before that, I want to talk about a comment that Snafu posted, where he quite rightly reminded me that the best way to travel between interplanetary systems is using a capital vessel and carrying an SV or HV with me. And my initial response is, well, that won't work because I don't have a warp drive inside of my capital vessel. And then I thought about it, and I thought back to something I did back in Alpha 7, where I wanted to go interplanetary with a small vessel, and I just bolted a small warp drive onto the back of the ship and then took it off once I got there. And I just suddenly thought I got a nice flat area here. I could just put a capital vessel warp drive onto here and make this ship into a little bit of a convertible, because I can put it there, and then of course I will need to block it in a little bit to protect, give the warp drive a little bit of protection. I could build a platform out above like that, and I could put the capital vessel on it. And I half thought that maybe thanks Brain. I half thought if I get the warp drive up close against here, I might even be able to get the hover vehicle tucked in the back with a little modification there. And when I went in there, came in here, I realized that I could permanently install the warp fuel tanks in here by moving these two around. So that is a very good idea, and thank you to Snafu for putting that thought in my head. I think it could work, but the problem I've got is at the moment my small vessel is in a little bit of a mess. And it isn't going anywhere at the moment. If any of you guys watched the previous video, you know I was tearing it down and I got to put the warp drive in. I'm going to leave the warp drive in here just to give me two options. And if you watched the previous video, I've done a couple of minor changes. I've rebuilt the front here a bit, moved these blocks out. I've changed these thrusters to enclosed, and I've rearranged the fuel tanks that I've put on here because I've had a little bit more thought about what I want to do. And this is where I'm going to pick up now. The other thing I've also done is I've got fed up with fishing around the ship store builder stores for the different parts of the SV. So what I've actually done now is I've hooked this up like this so that I can put items out. We need the ammo container, got that there. We need the Gatling guns, the small thrusters. I think we'll leave the other items just. I've got another RCS, but I don't know if I've got anywhere I can fit that in. The other thing I also want to do before we get very far is, well, I'm going to need to top up my fuel. This one. Oh no, base. Definitely got to fix that up. Yeah, my solar panels don't seem to be working very well at the moment. Probably because I've been consuming so many resources doing things. What I'm thinking, guys, is if I come in here, I'm considering. I think what I want to do is put some jet thrusters on the back, because that will give me a lot of forward force. We're going to build a couple of these. Well, let's get down to it. I think we're going to start with something or other. Let me just check. Yeah, I've got that there. And what I'm going to do now is probably going to be a little bit risky. But I can't, to be honest, I can't think of any other place to put the ammunition. And so what we're going to do is put that there. Then we're going to 1, 2, 3. And that's going to give me 2 deep. I think maybe we'll come out one more, and then what I want to do is put that Gatling gun there. Then we're going to put the other Gatling guns on each side there, like that. Give me a fire capability. Oh, and that's the other thing I want to do. All about it. Oops, weapons. I think it's time to go for an upgrade and get a couple of missile launchers as well put on here, so that we've got a bit of knockdown capability should we need it. Now, the next thing I want to do is we're going to I don't know if I want 3 or 4. I think we'll start with 3 to begin with. The next thing I want to do is come in here, and I'm just going to put 1 there, 1 there. Put the lateral thrusters back on again. I'm just going to put that in there and that in there like that. Oh, and I need to put the fridge on. I've got a location for the fridge there. If we hook off from retrieve, because I was doing some other bits and pieces, so I'm just going to count those 2 there. And right, we've got the missile launchers as well. What I'm thinking, guys, is I want to give a bit more lift to the ship, and what I will probably do is what I did with the hover vehicle. We'll adjust these thrusters for minimum load and maximum load. And what I'm thinking is maybe, I mean, I could put them out like that, because we've got this thruster out. Yeah, I think if we put these out like that to make the ship a little bit top heavy, front heavy. Well, we'll have to check the balance best we can. That will bring the ship down this way. I think somebody suggested about the wings as being a bit pointless on a SV, and they're probably right. I might actually drop the wings from the perspective of this ship. Right, so we got this here. We should have the jet thrusters. We'll just put these on. I want to put them up there. We'll just put these out like that. So I'm going to need to put blocks across the back here to protect the back of the ship. I did leave a gap here as well. We got 2. Yeah, I think what we're going to do is come back here. Parts constructor. Got here. Make a couple more medium thrusters. If we drop a couple of another 2 lift thrusters on in there, tuck them in that area there. What I could do is use these big thrusters for when I'm overloaded and bring them online, and then the small thrusters which are already underneath there, I can use those. I think the other thing I also want to do is come in here. Sorry, I keep jumping in and out here, guys. I'm kind of thinking of what we're going to make is about 30 of those. And what I'm going to do is pop right in there. Yep. Boom. In there, please, like that. So we've got the enclosed thrusters there. We've got the thrusters on the top, thrusters underneath, lateral thrusters. We've got the jet capability. And what I'm going to do now is come into here. Got the warp fuel. I don't really want to fill the ship up completely at the moment. simply because I may want to mess around with the thrusters. Oops. Let's have a quick look to see. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit overpowered, but I can use the 4 small thrusters underneath for the day-to-day stuff. We'll leave the 4 medium thrusters to give me extra lift should I need it. Actually, what's the stats like on the ship at the moment? So we got 700 forward, 940 lift, 320 each way, 320 braking. That's not too bad. I mean, we got a lot of complete overkill with the lift. But I think we'll be okay with that. I mean, I could put another small thruster in. Give me a bit more forward process. Maybe take the fridge out. We could drop the fridge in. Oh, go away, drones. I'm busy. I got that there. Okay, let's have a look underneath. We got this hook off. We'll have to take this off as well. We're all very exposed underneath it now. I'm just gonna that off, that off, that off, and that off. And this is going to be a little bit exposed as well, so we're going to need to extend this area here. So we're going to snick off that bit there. Oops, I don't want to do that. Yes, I do. I need the blocks and the hardened steel blocks and container controller. We're going to need 2 container controllers. Have a quick look. I think what we're going to do is just undo. Like. And then we can want to enclose that nose a little bit. If I put that one there, then we change to the hardened steel blocks for the front, and that can rotate in like that. And then that will, and we've got an angle there. If I put one in like that, I really need a symmetry plane now for this, because I'm not going to be able to work out that. We just put the symmetry plane on. We got the symmetry plane on. So I think for this point of view, I'll just drop that in like that. And I think we'll put one more hardened steel block in the front like that. You are annoying me, game. I think we'll just take this for the moment. 2 blocks like that. So that's now coming up like that. And we'll seal that in like that. We've got a gap on each side here, which we could use. And then again, I could just put that in like that. So we've now got that area there. It's a bit chunky at the front here. But like that. a lot of this can be filled in with the what we call it, the container controllers. I need to get those on ASAP. The question is, do I go with one big one or two small ones? Two smaller ones. I think two might be better, to be honest. What we can do is, at the moment, just fill that gap in like that. Create the spine of the ship like that. I mean, it's going to be a bit. Maybe I'll put wings on it. So we've got that area there. We've got that there. I'm not sure if I've got any more container controllers. I've got one. Okay. Hello, base. Base is advanced. I'll just keep using the advanced controller. Advanced constructor. The second one of those. That's for an SV. We make about 20 of these. Oh, I've got quite a few of these. I've got spare RCS as well. Oh. I've got the bottom of the ship effectively worked out now. So I think what we can do, get out of here. I'm going to drop the symmetry plane for the moment. I can actually see what I'm doing. I'm going to land again, guys. Sorry about this. Turn off the thrusters. I don't really want to use up way too much fuel. I think if I get off the ship now. Now I've got the symmetry plane back in operation. Back to that position. Where am I going to put the container controllers? If I put the, I want them roughly on the axis of the ship, which I would guess is going to be around there. Yep. Then we're just going to start with couple that. Let's bring some more down. We've got plenty. Now got this. This is going to protect the ship. And if we put them on the top, I shouldn't be attacked from above. Like that. I want a bit more width on this up here. That would give the ship a slightly penciled effect. We need a block that will fill in that gap there. We need to go from. Right, here we go, guys. This is where the fun starts. We need to reverse that like that. So what we have is an effect which is effectively a little bit of a depression behind That's wrong. That looks awful. Stick that out. And that out. That. Maybe I should just go for a smooth effect along the top here like this with the... That will leave the container controller exposed. Actually, what I'm going to do is take these off. We're going to reverse that. Snip these off like that. And these back here. That. And just going to press. No, oh, 4. Better. What we're going to do is just come down like that. And then that will give me that capability there. And then come down like that. I've run out of blocks. Just knock up a few more. Make another 20 odd. These got the right ones. Actually, let's make about 30 of them. And let's just see what the carry capacity I've got so far. Just going to get it to reorganize so I can find stuff. Access. Why is that saying? Something's connected across. Oh no, because these ones aren't connected yet. I don't think. Why that's only 750? Oh, you're not connected. Because these aren't connected up yet. These are filled in. Yeah, that makes sense. So if we... A little bit of a fail on my part there, guys. Right, so 5. You come back like that, and then what we'll have is across the top like that. Top tip, guys, you're working with the symmetry plane, always try to work on the same side so that you don't have to keep worrying about the orientations. That's probably way over the top now. Container. I don't know, that's still not that much. That only gives me a total carry capacity of about 4,000. Hoping for a little bit more than that. I mean, we could drop block in there. Put that in there. And we're going to have to get something in here. My inclination is just to put another one in there like that. And when I'm getting a little bit worried about the overall carry capacity, and we can put some more along the side here and just fit in this side panel with these. We can get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 12, so we need another 10. And it's going to go here. Make 10 of them. I mean, it's making the ship look a little bit like it's a bit slabby. It's a little bit worrying. We're going to have to try and sculpt this in a little bit. How much have I got in the way of? How many? Got 4 land riggers. Right, so we need to get that put in. Another 10. What to do is just 2, 3. 1, 2. Whoops. Be like that. Actually, I just had a thought, guys. Oh, that fits. Okay, I'm just going to. I'm in pure experimentation mode now. To be honest. 5. I'm going to do this. Couple. I'm missing there. And this is purely experimentation, guys. What I'm going to do is see what we can do wise. Get something that's a bit. That's probably a little bit too wide. It's going to make life a little bit. Then again, the ship's quite chunky. Just see if I can. And then. No. Let's see what we got. I want something that's maybe a little bit swept back. We can get. How does that look? I think that gives the ship a little bit more character. That blends in quite well with that. That's interesting. This wing tilts up. This wing tips down on the symmetry plane. Obviously, symmetry plane does not work very well with the ship. Okay, we're just going to have to take this off. A little bit of a tip there, guys. Take that off. Put this back. Wait. Wait, one. I can't remember which way that is. Which one did I use? That one, isn't it? Where I make the idiot with myself. Is that the same one on each side? Like it? Well, it's one way to find out. That's a wing D. That's a wing D 6x5. Okay. I'm just going to turn the symmetry plane off. Because again, one of the downsides of symmetry plane also it's got dark. So what I'm going to do is Get in here, let's get rid of that. And I'm getting close to starvation again. Just going to get through the night. And just have to get something to eat. Pizzas and steak too. One of those just to get me right back up to maximum. I'm not sure about the wings. I don't know. Let's just get back in and power up. Of course, the most surefire way of testing something is to get out and fly it. Yes, I know, sorry about that. Break the connection. A little bit slow on left and right thrusters. Probably do a little bit more power left and right. Front is really good. Got no ammunition. Lift is great. Drop is a little bit slow, but then not too worried about that. Let's just up here. Let's just have a look at the trim of the ship. Looks like we're a little bit stern heavy. I mean, we could put some. We're gonna have to put some more weight on the back here anyway, just to fit in this area here. Don't like that block there. But that will probably. I have to well, probably gonna have to come back like this and then shape round to protect these thrusters. I fancy a change with those actually. I think I've got a solution, guys. So let me just. This is where life could get a bit dodgy, so let's just get back to base. Just get there. We should be able to get the connection back to base again. I'm going to be. Whoops, a daisy. I don't want to fall off the ship from this height. Obviously, it would be a bit of a problem. Just trying to think how I can fit these in here. I mean, the flare from the thrusters doesn't help that very much. We could probably solve this one here. Now that's got. Just want to try something, guys. Or thruster. Now that's going to drop right down. That doesn't really have the angle, does it? That's annoying. I was hoping that I could get the angle down or the. Okay, we're just going to put these back as normal thruster. Back in again. I think what we can do is get the landing gear in. So, landing gear. Well, we could put retractable landing gear there, and maybe some retractable landing gear there. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I'm just going to... Whoops. I've just run out of fuel. Now, as long as I don't get back in the cockpit, I'm going to be okay. The moment I get back in the cockpit, we're going to come crashing to ground. If we take out that block there, those two blocks each side, because we're going to have to sculpt in that area there to protect these thrusters and the... Yeah, I think that will work. What I'll do is put landing gear there, there, and we'll just put that in there. We may have to bring these blocks forward a bit now. Take out these two here. That's to be very careful. Make sure I don't get back into the cockpit. That can go there. That can go there. And then maybe we'll have a change in design there. Try and blend this in a little bit better. And maybe I'll leave that for the moment. And then, yeah, I think to get an idea of what I want, I think we need a hardened steel block there and there. No, maybe not. What we got here? We got two coming out forward there. And we got that side. I put a block there, didn't I? Take that. Yeah, I think that. I'll put another hardened steel block there. And then there's the ordinary steel blocks. I think just to protect this side of the ship. Right up like that. Of course, I haven't got the symmetry plane on, but never mind. I come from. I'll just cover that thruster as well. We cover the side of the ship from. Whoops. There you go. And then come up yeah, like that. That will. Then we can blend in this somehow so that it fits. I hate that block on the back here. Let's just take that block off there, and we'll take. Oh no, these are going to have to come back further, aren't they? So maybe I'm wrong. I need to come back maybe 2 blocks here, and then we'll blend in the back of the ship here somehow. It's not looking too bad. Probably a bit big for my capital vessel, but we're okay. And I'm not gonna do it. So what we're gonna do, guys, is we're just gonna manage the fuel and just put a bit more fuel in, and then I should be able to land without crashing to the ground. Actually, curiosity, if I stand on the cockpit, this is a test, guys, that may become very embarrassing. Oh, it does work. I didn't know that. Now we're nose down. Thrusters on. couple off. Just have a quick check. The ship is, yeah, we're hanging level. Just really hate this bit here. I definitely have to do some work on that area there, and some work there. We're gonna have to do some work around the back here. I think that looks appropriately hawk-like in its own way. Anyway, let me just jump in here. I just want to come in and land just to test the landing gear, see how the ship looks on the landing gear. No, thrusters off. Back to first person. Of course, it means now I can actually work on the ship without it being up in the air. We've now got that area there. We got this bit here. We need some work done on this area here. And guys, just to finish this video up, because there's a lot of detail work to be done on the ship, and I can guarantee you that if I show you doing that detail work, you guys will be tearing your hairs out and my comments will be catching fire, because I can see multiple rebuilds and tries and reshaping to get these areas in so that it will actually look okay and it fits together. I'm probably going to be a bit inclined to maybe change this arrangement around a little bit, but I think just to finish this part off, what I want to do is, we've got a spotlight, so we're going to put the spotlight on top of the Gatling gun, then we can maybe blend that in a little bit, so we're going to have at least this one forward facing light in case we need to see in the dark. Right guys, so this is where I'm going to leave it. What I will do is I will do all the blending in of these areas here, because I would like to get a nice shape in here. I probably would like to take another look at this. The back will certainly be completely reworked. We need to protect these thrusters and get everything done. And just as a final confirmation, what we got with the container controllers, so we got 3,605. So you can say that I've now got a storage capacity up around 7,000, which is going to be pretty good, and I'm quite happy with that. But this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.